Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to the finale of Dark Souls 3. We've now reached the very end, the last bonfire. Well, truly the second to last. We've returned to the kiln of the first flame, formerly the Giant's Cauldron. Or at least so I believe. The Giant's Flame. The cauldron now, no longer the smoldering flame of it, now reduced to a single figure. Alright. The soul of Cinder. The essence of every person who has linked the fire. Note. Note, however, that it uses only specific techniques early on. Yep. Try and just pace yourself for this fight. When it goes for the swifter attacks, you may be best just holding back and waiting till it switches. Because it can be pretty relentless in this kind of form. Alright. Alright. The poison mist, which, not that big of a deal. Yep. There we go. Lance form, which means it's now going to use quick jabs, heavy thrusts. Each individual attack isn't heavily devastating, and if anything, it's probably the easiest form to roll out of. But that range can make all the world a difference. But of course it leaves itself more open and vulnerable. Same with this caster one. Yep. Yep. No, he just gets the free crystals. Yep. And if you can roll out of it, that is some devastating damage. Alright. Second half of the fight. Yep. This is where we start to see traces of Gwyn, the Tyrant King who linked the fire first, attempting to link the power of the Giant's Flame to the infinite wells of humanity that he had, from which people were born. Yep. Getting overzealous in this form is what's going to get you killed. Again, the whole point is, at the core of it all, is Gwyn's first sin of linking the fire. Oh. And that's going to suck. Yeah. Yep. If you can get away from it, then you got a free chance, because he will not interrupt that combo. So, now they'll start coming down. Yep. You can dodge roll out of that. It's not easy. Yep. And yeah, he staggers his attacks, so it's very easy to get screwed because he'll combo out. Yeah. Nope. And I keep doing it. Keep rolling the wrong way. Because I'm rolling way too early. Yep. Yeah, that's basically... That entire combo is a bait, trying to get you to come in on it. Oh. Nope. Damn it! It's only me. Like, it's entirely possible. You just have to... slow your... Yep. You have to slow it. You can't roll instantly. You have to stagger it. You have to stop. But I don't want to relentlessly go after him. Because before we reach the end, think about where we are and what it all means. This is the Dreg Heap, known because it's where the remnants of every kingdom comes to rest. And simply put, the Castle Lothric that we were fighting in simply hasn't arrived. It will arrive shortly. And it will simply stack on top of the endless castles here. Effectively saying, the best way to put it is, the reason Lothric Castle is the way it is, and is where it is because that's the topmost layer. The foot of the high wall. So we can get a perspective on where... Yeah. As you can see, once you can see the dark sun, you can see it from anywhere. Effectively, what you're looking at, what you can't see, is the simple truth that the Dreg Heap is beneath us. And this place will slowly but surely be consumed by the abyss below and come crashing down in bits and pieces and chunks. And Orlando, though. No, we can't really see it from here. But it's out there. And if you look, this is what, I guess the best way to put it is this is all temporary, the latest rendition of what has come in the past. So, the pilgrims, let's review what we've seen. Lothric Castle, which is slowly being consumed inside itself, we see from the consumed King's Garden. But, piecing it all together, Lothric is the latest castle to fall under the influence of the curse of undead. In doing so, to fight back against it, someone is supposed to go and link the fire. Linking the fire effectively consumes the darkness in the world largely, or weakens the influence of the dark, which causes humans to regress and basically reverse evolve, or revert might be a better word, to our more monstrous state as hollows. Because, as we saw in the Ring City, our natural state is humanity. Those little black sprites we saw all the way back in Dark Souls 1. The human shape we take now is thanks to the Seal of Fire. That's why we are undead. Because we're reverting. Humanity isn't... Because life and death for humanity doesn't mean exactly the same thing. The dark simply is. You return to the dark, and then you can exit it. It's why when we come across the Mercmen all throughout the DLC, on our path through the Dreg Heap to the Ring City, they're willing to sacrifice themselves thoughtlessly. It doesn't matter to them. Because at the end of the day, returning to the dark is not a scary thing for them. It's where they were created in the first place. They're the most primal form of humanity, which would basically be possessed armors filled with humanity sprites. And over time, with the additional forces of fire, we'd become more and more what we would consider human. But, in the words of Aldia, a lie is still a lie. It doesn't matter if it's sweet to our ears, it's still not what we are. So, all we can do is face the flame. Yep. Alright. Yep. Yep. I got him that time. Okay. Yep. Okay. Nice. Ow. Okay, heal up. Yep. Yeah, wait till he goes for the big hit. Yep. There it is. Go for it. Yeah, love the caster form. Okay, this I don't love. Yep. I do hate that he's getting the free extra magic missiles, but oh well. Alright, go ahead for me. Alright. Yep. Ah. Yeah. Love the backflip. Yep. Cool. Alright, might as well get up to full HP. Now to the Gwyn form. Yep, full combo. Get out of the way. Just let him finish it. It's not worth trying to... It's not worth it. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Ow. Yeah. That grab. Yep. Yep, he's going for the full combo. But yeah. And yeah, if he's doing the aerial one, it might be best just to take it on the shield. Yep. Yep. But yeah. Nope. Okay, got it that time. Yep. This is what was left of Gwyn, the grand tyrant who sought to create an everlasting kingdom of flame. But all things must end. Alright. There we go. Yep. Yep. Nope. Got out of it that time. Damn it! I keep screwing that up. Alright. Yeah. And full combo. Okay. Just let him have it. And no more. Rest. The soul of the lords. Since Lord Gwyn, the first Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the first flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as defender of the flame. Note: you can still leave. After all, at the end of the day, it's your choice on how you want this story to end. But it must end eventually. If you haven't given the maid, the shrine maiden, her eyes, you can just, all you'll be able to do is link the fire. But if you've shown her the end of ages, we can summon the Firekeeper for our grand betrayal. We shall not link the fire. We willfully choose to pay repentance for Gwyn's sin. Humanity will return to its origin, and the flame shall dim, darken, and eventually, truly, be snuffed out. the first flame, the giant's flame. We finally bring it to an end.
The first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle. But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's path.
And we shall take that flame and end it.
Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Coveting the flame, Blue takes it for himself and walks into the abyss once again. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the one particular ending to Dark Souls 3. There are several others, but I'll leave those for you all to play and find for yourself. There's several others, and they can be quite interesting. But I want to say, first and foremost, I love this game. There's so much interesting world development, there's so much interesting gameplay, and there really is a lot of fun and interesting themes and building of the world. Now, saying that said, having done just straight going from Dark Souls 2 to Dark Souls 3, doing the full DLCs of both games, I'm expecting to lose a good number of subscribers because no, the next game I will not be doing will not be part of the Soulsborne series. I haven't decided what it is, but I am gotten a little burned out. So, we'll be taking a break with some other stuff. We'll see what I feel like playing. But I may come back to Dark Souls 3 at some point to mess around, show off other aspects. Especially casting, because playing as a caster can be a whole different experience. And that would be worth it at some point. Don't know, won't ever discount it. Because I've by and large played mostly melee builds. So maybe I'll come back and show what why casting can suck in 2, why casting can be so devastating here in 3. You know, just all sorts of fun to be had. That, like I said, that's where it's like, I'm a little burned out on playing right now, but we still do have 2 other games where I will be doing eventually down the line, the Demon's Souls remake and Bloodborne. Because in my mind, those 2 games, in that order, are what happened after this. The chosen undead, after facing what remains of either themselves if they linked the fire, or those who did link the fire, in the Soul of Cinder, effectively, depending on which ending you go for, either lets it snuff out or persists one last time, for hoping for another champion to come after them. Regardless, it's still really cool to see this game through again. A lot of the boss fights and monsters are very cool designs. The mystery of why things are the way they are, and how brutal sometimes the enemies can be to bring you low, can be quite interesting. But nothing but respect to all these developers. This game is I consider it by and large a masterpiece. It's clear to see what they learned from the previous games, because Bloodborne actually was produced between 2 and 3, and this game actually has quite a few hints or nods towards Bloodborne. I mean, and look at this. This cast list is, what, three times what 2 had? 4 or 5 times first game? They did amazing jobs with the voice acting. The music, haunting, beautiful, intense all at the same time. But then, the world that they built too. The connections of the fire hadn't been linked in so long, things were growing desperate. But, and thus they brought it to the point where people would have to be re-brought back in. This is something similar to what happened to the Tarnished in Elden Ring, where basically the Tarnished that you play as in Elden Ring are some of the first quote-unquote undead. Because what happens is they pass away, they die, and I believe their remains are effectively sent to the lands between, where the Golden Power, a land where you can't die, you're given a second chance, effectively. Because remember, at the start of Elden Ring, no one technically dies. The power of death has been sealed off. It is not until you return the Rune of Death to the world and free it that things can permanently die. You would eventually sooner go mad and basically hollow and lose yourself than you would actually reach the goals of being the Elden Lord. So, yeah. It's the reason in this game being hollow and being unkindled ash are not quite the same thing. But now that we've accomplished that, begin Journey 2 in current state? No. Nah, not yet. Especially not with these number of souls on my hand. And yeah, once you've done...
Ashen One, if when thou peerest upon the first flame, thou wishest yet for a world without fire, for an end to the linking of the fire, then call upon me. I am a fire thou'st. Very well, then take no...
Bear in mind, the game basically treats it as if you hadn't linked the fire yet.
Mayst thou thy...
And naturally, we also came here for the fact of wanting to see. Bear in mind, even if once he's gone, you can still transpose. So you can either gain the Miracle Sunlight Spear. Miracle of Gwyn, the First Lord, hurls a sunlight spear. The tales of Gwyn's archdragon hunts describe the inception of the Age of Fire. Or the Firelink Greatsword. The Lords of Cinder linked the first flame, and this greatsword was wielded by their deific manifestation. This coiled sword, found thrust in the bonfire, existed long before the throneless lords themselves. Note that it does require, but it does require 10 faith and knowledge, but only builds off of, but doesn't get any attack bonus. It only gets attack bonus from the physical. And naturally, wielding it, it does do some fire damage. And yeah, has an attack that adds fire damage. And I forgot to grab this. The Skull Ring. Easier to be detected by enemies. One of Corlin's transposed wonders, derived from the soul of a soul feeder. Easier to be detected by enemies. The soul feeder was a beast that insatiably absorbed souls to feed its own power. Even after its accursed corpse was burned, it is said the pungent stench of souls left in the air permanently stayed. So, an easy item to draw enemies in. But yeah, Corlin's Ludleth left us the abilities to still transpose. And yeah, from there, that's pretty much it, folks.
Tis wasn't he?
And if we were to try its Titanite scales it uses, it's not really. I mean, if we were gonna use anything, again, the Dancer's swords are fairly weak. I have a Titanite slab, so I could get the hammers up. Oh, what the hell. Yeah, anything that requires twinkling I could do. Sunlight Straight Sword. I mean, the Ring Night Spear, why not? It does so little fire damage, it's still funny to me. Yeah.
Pretty big, I don't.
Yeah, so the hammers, 420. Ah, yes. But now that we've picked in our ending...
A way to link the fire. I think not on thy fears. Link them. Our Lord, knowest thou she is a fellow of mine guides her at this moment? For what, Lord? Our Lord, no, she is a fellow of mine guides her at... For what? Link them.
Yeah. So, they talked about she's from the kingdom of Londor. Londor is one of the ancient, earliest 3 kingdoms.
Back again, I see. Perfect timing. Again, I just... Promise to...
Yeah. Well, I might as well show this off. We can't, because we've already linked the fire, we cannot do this, but we cannot see it to completion. But there's another ending called the Lord of Hollows. When you first talk to Yuri of Londor, she asks you to kill Orbeck.
What if it seems too late? So be it.
And Orbeck's ashes will allow you to purchase everything will allow you to purchase what he had left. Orbeck was fascinated by sorcery but without means, so offered to serve as an assassin in exchange for acceptance in the Dragon Academy, believing that one day he could reinvent himself as a sorcerer. Unfortunately,
A way to link the link.
tell of Orbeck's death.
I see Orbeck's claim is proven false. As it should be, our right and deserving Lord of Hollows, it is a Londor treasure befitting of a true Lord. Lord of Hollows, may the dark sigil guide thy way.
And you get the Morian blade for it.
Our Lord, knowest thou for what link the...
Alright. And the Morian blade, yet another great sword. A twisted sword resembling the towers of Londor's Sable Church. 8 branching blades and thorns induce bleeding. The church's blessing makes a weapon revel in agony of its owner. Heavy losses of HP boost the attack, a curse most befitting its deformed appearance. So, pretty basic blade, requires a little bit of dexterity. And of course, it's got the standard stance.
A way to link the link. Our Lord, no, she is for what link the...
Alright. But yeah, bear in mind that is very much true of every person. Pretty much, with a few exceptions, you can kill anyone you bring in. Like, they're all killable by you. The exceptions are, I believe Andre can be killed, but the Handmaiden can be, but the Firekeeper will basically keep respawning. Note that we now can just begin Journey 2 if we want, but you can have some fun just messing around. If you have more ideas or questions or things you want to think about, feel free. Let's see. Yeah, towards the Cathedral of the Deep. Because I did kind of screw up a couple of plot lines while playing through. So I doubt they're here, but we'll take a look. Let's see. Yeah, I figured that. Let's see. Anywhere else interesting? Well, and Orlando. The prison tower.
Oh. Good blade of the dark moon. If I can provide these
And we do have offer proof. Yorshka. As I detailed, it's interesting to note that her family goes Gwendolyn of... Okay. Seath the Scaleless either slept with or at least experimented on Guinevere. We don't know. Everyone just likes to say they had sex, but we don't know exactly how it came about. But those two resulted in Priscilla as a daughter. Somehow. Priscilla, who was in Dark Souls 1, who was kept in the Painted World. Only she and Gwendolyn, I believe the third child of Gwyn, were the only ones in Anor Londo. And with the design of her tail being fluffy like Priscilla's was, as well as the very slender form would very much be reminiscent of Gwendolyn. So it's very likely and the fact that she's the company captain of the Dark Moon Blades, which the former person who did was Gwendolyn themselves in Anor Londo, 20, a couple 100 feet that way. It's very likely she's the child of those two. Because remember, it was a tradition to keep it all in the family, so to speak.
Long ago, our father Gwyn, lamenting the waning of the fire, became cinder of his own will. Now, the fire is linked by the champions who have come in his stead, such as the will of Father and the gods. And so the Dark Moon Knights took arms to watch over those who link the fire, but long ago, our company lost its last proper knight. Only its covenant was preserved to this day. Erdom taketh many forms, indeed. Off so soon may the Dark Moon...
Unfortunately, the Dark Moon got devoured by Aldrich, and... well, we put that to rest. Still, again, I think she means grandfather, by the way, not direct father. I don't buy that she is one of Gwyn's direct descendants. She's a direct descendant, but not a direct child. And yeah. So for me, that's my personal belief. It's, of course, always up to debate, but that's how I see it. So Yorshka is one of the last remaining direct descendants. It would be like her, if you don't do the DLC, Filianor. I'm trying to think of anyone else. The Nameless King, if you don't kill him. Though, it's pretty clear he's gone hollow. Like, it's pretty clear he's been cursed and has gone hollow. So it's a little awkward on that. But yeah. As far as why link the fire? Why become ash? Well, think about the oldest kingdoms we know about. Ulasil. Ulasil, the Golden Kingdom, was slowly drowned thanks to Manus. Londo, or Londor, became the home of the Dark Wraiths. And I'm trying to think. There was Londo, Londor. Ulasil, and of course the Ring City, all of which were slowly being sucked down into the dark and basically never to be seen again. So Gwyn figured he could get away with using the fire to empower himself, more than likely, and find a new way to treat the infinite wells of humanity as a power source. Unfortunately, it was too much. Linking the fire turned him to cinder. The idea that Gwyn did this willingly or sought to do it himself, and this was all on purpose, is likely propaganda by Gwendolyn, who was one of the ones who was the most loyal, and sought to basically, keep his father's will alive. But yeah, at least that's how I view it. It's the reason that so much of Dark Souls 1 doesn't seem to add up. Yep. At least, and the resulting place that would become eventually become, I guess you would call it, Irithyll, is built at the foot of this place, probably at the behest of Gwendolyn, to start a new royal line, as puppets to help watch over and push the idea of linking the fire. It's the reason in Lothric, despite their angel-focused imagery, what's truly important to them is those who sacrifice themselves to become champions to link the fire. So, and naturally, the one who was slated to succeed was the younger prince, Lothric. But influenced by Pontiff Sulivan, who basically escaped from one of the painting worlds. It's implied to be the painting world of Ariandel, but it's never specifically stated. But with Pontiff Sulivan telling them, yeah, it's not really worth it, they decided to try and find another way to do things. And thus, the situation where the fire wasn't linked for a long time happened because, well, there was no one really strong enough to stop the princes. and there was no interest from those who had previously linked the fire. They weren't interested in burning again, aside from Ludlith. But his infirmities prevented him from rising once again as a champion to accomplish the feat. If anything, Ludlith could be equated to the crestfallen knight, the traditional crestfallen knight like Hawkwood, where they were just looking to survive. But either way, Ludlith simply chose what he did. Alright. Yeah. When you're this strong towards the end of the game, large Titanite shard. Yep. There we go. Let's see. But yeah. As far as these giants are, they're restrained, crippled, beaten, and used up. Sulivan did not care for any of his supporters. He would use them up without a second thought. Thus the fates of the Dancers and Vort ending up as basically being sacrificial pawns to ensure that Sulivan had absolute control over Irithyll Valley. Because his support of not linking the fire rendered him a bit. Hey, bald man. Enabled him basically to that's fine, I got a late start tonight. Anyway. It was a long day, I'll put it that way. 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Ow. Yeah, I'm honestly better just taking the shots. Yep. Hey, the Silver Knight set. I think that's most of their armor. Nice. I'm just messing around now, just... Nice. But yeah. And if anyone does have any particular questions, feel free to ask. Because at this late juncture, there's a lot of questions still to be had, I'm sure. Gauntlets of the Silver Knights allegiant to the royals of old. It is said that even after the family's passing, the knights continued to watch over their manor and the ruined cathedral. Indeed they did. Still don't have the helm. But yeah. Oop. Nice. Bong. Ooh! Yep. Nice. But yeah. As it stands, let's see. Where we once fought Gwendolyn themselves. Bitter memories, fond memories. And this is actually supposed to be the tomb of Gwyn. For formality's sake, this was where Gwyn was supposed to be entombed. We know for a fact that he never left the kiln of the first fire, and his corpse turned to ash after we were defeated him. Though it was quite the power of Gwendolyn to make this short hallway seem so long. But yeah, that's how you get to Anor Londo. There are many mysteries and many stories, and I haven't scratched all of them. I simply tried to give you guys the basic overview of the world and lore. Because figuring out little bits and tales and why items are the way they are, or places they are, is a lot of the thrill to me. I'm a story lover, so that's what I enjoy most about these games. I miss one? Here's something, but oh, it's probably those enemies downstairs, underground. The Deacon's skirt. Like I said, it's interesting to play a caster in these games because your experience can be very, very different. Because you have to be far more evasive, but a big spell can make you very vulnerable, but still be worth it. Yeah, and this garden was probably the home was probably made of statues depicting previous kings, all of whom were chosen by Gwendolyn or blessed by the Dark Moon. I completely forgot about that item over there. Might as well grab it just 'cause. Doesn't mean anything anymore. We've reached the end. But you never know. I might come back to this someday. Just thinking if there's anything else particular I want to show off. Not especially. Yorm, Mothra Castle, Dragon Barracks, Grand Archives, the Twin Princes themselves. Earthen Peak. Earthen Peak Ruins. Did I grab all the items not after I killed the angel, or did I just keep going? I don't actually remember. Well, an easy way to check. Oh. Hey, Lap.
Oh, there you are. Perfect timing. You remember that treasure? Well, it was only a hop and a skip. Go ahead.
A Titanite slab.
This really is a dreck heap at the world's end. Mangled remnants from every age and every... It actually sort of lends... This...
Alright. I completely... Okay. Well, another Titanite slab, so that's another plus maxed out weapon we can have. And yeah, without the angel around, this place is no longer as near as dangerous. And that looks like you can get down there, and I think you can, but it is pretty much instant death. That is a kill plane. There we go. There we go. The desert pirate. Ah, there's the chest piece. So yeah, now we have the full thing. Yep. Garb of the Desert Pyromancers. Yep. It is said that the thin burgundy cloth breathes with magic. Desert Pirate, most of them female, were known for their great fans of flame and enchanting looks. But what is enchanting can also be deadly, especially when clothed in such alluring garb. Yep. So... Desert Pyromancer. So yeah, told you I didn't have the hips to pull it off. None of you believe me. Look at that. I don't have the hips to do it. Some people just don't have it, you know? It just doesn't work for some of us. I mean, really. By the way, yeah, the younger Prince Lothric's look. And we'll go with the Silver Knight. Outrider Knight with the Silver Knight. That actually looks pretty damn good, I think. Because this is what a lot of endgame is finding interesting looks for your character based on your experiences and what you prefer. Yep. And this was mostly just a... Once the angel's dead, you can come down here and get a freebie. Yep. So the only thing left then... would be getting around to the branches to be able to get that one item near this first bonfire. Because I believe you have to go the whole way around. To come back to fall at a particular place. Well, more Titanite scales. Titanites changed and imbued from interacting with a living being. Alright. But yeah. Poison swamp. All under this changed sun. But yeah. The Drake Heap, the end of the world, the inevitable collection of all things. I do love that these bugs are not necessarily that aggressive towards you. They're more like, hey, stay away. I don't care. I don't want you around me. Okay. Oh wait, did I never kill the Pyromancer? I think she fell off and didn't die. So she may still be up here, come to think of it. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, we never did kill her. Okay. Alright. There we go. Nope. Nope. Sorry, Zoe. Yeah. She still hurts like hell. Like, it's really kind of painfully funny. Nope. Nice. And there she goes again. The fact that she survives that fall, that is impressive and freaking unfair at the same time. Alright. Let's go finish off. Let's go try and finish her off. Alright. Ow. Okay. Yep. Yep. Alright. Let him go do the full chops. Yep. Yep. Oh, noes! Yeah, I'm messing around too much. Zoe really does just tend to... Oh. Siegbrow! Nap left us a final gift. Let's see. Let's go... Yeah. Seems appropriate. And, yeah, 75, so... We'll just head straight to the swamp. Let's see. Yeah, I ain't bothering with you, bugs. Let me go see if I can get my souls back. Yes, yes, I got poisoned. Now let's see about going to kill Zoe. This weapon's a little slow for dealing with her, but hey. True, it is a little slow. I mean... Oh, what the hell. Just go with Gundir's halberd. Because this is one of those weapons that can just put an enemy down on their ass. Yep. So, let's get rid of her tier 5 subs. Simple enough. And yeah, you can actually walk around most of her basic fireballs. But that's the weakness to pyromancy, is it's extremely predictable. At least the basic fireballs. Yep. Oi. Doesn't mean you can't... You should completely ignore it, it's just... bear in mind. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead. I got plenty of time to put you on your ass. Yep. Yep. And I'm sure there's someone who's getting a full show out of this. She's not my taste, but hey, there's always somebody. Though I imagine it's something like a couple thousand souls to spend time with her. And there's Fan Flame. Pyromancy of Zoe, descendant of the desert pyromancers. Used repeatedly to brush the fan of flame left and right. Zoe possessed true beauty, as did all the desert pyromancers, but hers did not poison, and so she became the unassuming queen of the feeble ones. Yeah, she's the small town girl that all the Hollows loved. And with the angels no longer patrolling this area, it's nowhere near as daunting a place. Just trying to think. Because I'm trying to remember. It's which one gets you... Because that just leads you up and around. And that's to help you dodge the angel. Which then allows you to get over here. Yeah, because you can drop down here into the ash safely. Because this is what gets you that item, which is just another divine blessing. Still good. And this is this whole underground region that basically just exists to show you how deep down it is down there to the original Firelink Shrine. But also to find the Angel's Core. Let's see. Trying to remember. Because to get up there... Ah, well. But yeah, that's why this whole area is covered in that ash, is so you can just drop down whenever you want. But yeah, we're about good, really, folks. I think the last thing I want to show is... Let's see if we get lucky. There's one last place to go. Back to... the Ring City streets. Let's see. Okay. There's a hallway with the Ring Knight statues and a scrawled... Yeah, here. Ah! Show your humanity. This is what I was kept thinking of. This is an old, funny little detail where Yep. Yep. Ow. There we go. Alright. So we do have some young white branches. We need to turn. Nope. You have to be in the swamp. Blending into the environment. This is a critical thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the ultimate proofs. Humanity's sprites exist within the swamp. You blend into the background. And what you could spend all the time, and many people did, looking for a humanity sprite as an item after reading that. But what you need to do is turn into this, and there's a ladder allowing you to skip a good portion of the city, of the Ring City, if I remember right. Which is why I alluded to it, but I never actually followed through. Because if I remember right, this skips quite a bit. Yeah, this gets you... Yeah. Yet another giant. He is summoning, it's just... There's the witch. The witch Zuli. Yep. Yep, there's the ring. Yep. I was gonna say... Yeah, the witch... Because note, he summons the witch Zuli. The one silver knight we saw, and then the archers, who I largely want to believe are supposed to be Nap. our friend Nap. So and yeah, you don't have to redo it. Once you have it, you have it. And yes, this is a very, very long ladder. No, I'm not making the Metal Gear Solid 3 reference. We haven't gotten to play those games yet. Which is actually one of the things I look forward to, is I do want to do some of the Metal Gear Solid games. They are a favorite of mine. Alright. Alright. Here comes the witch. Yep. I'm like, I know where he comes from now. And note, yep. You ever notice that the Ring Knights, when they use that stance, are kinda similar to the way the Soul of Cinder fought, and the way Gwyn would swing for that combo? It's no coincidence that was a popular sword style at the time. But that's one of those interesting little details. That Gwyn fought the same way a lot of these knights would. And the knights, by and large, from what I can tell, there is humanity. But humanity's original form is that of the sprite, the black sprites. Alright. Yep. Yep. Alright. Ow. Yep. There we go. Alright. And there's another ring knight. Ow. Okay. Alright. Okay, there's the Spear Knight. As you can see, though this is a shortcut, it's not like you get away for free. Yep. And note that Zuli is using basically what amounts to the Grave Knight style of spells. Stay away, let him wait until he finishes his sweep. Heal up, in case the witch manages to get out. There we go. That's another knight down. Okay. Yep. Yep. Oh, get away from the archers. Nope, get away from the archers. Yeah. The archers just suck. There we go. Divine Blessing, Titanic Chunks. And there's obviously another Ring Knight around here. Oh no, that's the Hadal Knights. Yeah, more of the Chloranthy rings. Chloranthy ring flowers. Though no, that's a very different yellow flower that grows around the statues. Alright, and this shortcut. Yeah. Just brings you back around. It's not much of a shortcut, but it is one. Alright. Yep. And goes for the chops. Yeah. Ow. Yep. But I'm trying to see. Yeah, and now that we've defeated her, we can now enter the church and get Shira's set. Let's see. Yeah, Shira's crown. Crown of Shira, knight in service to Filianor, finely crafted with silver and fashioned with a pearl from a man-eater shell. Shira delivered the crucified Mad King to a dark room, where she stayed in her formal wear, even though none would see her. A rare woman's piece from ancient times. With spun gold shawl draped over a silver breastplate and green woven skirt, this armor offers subdued yet refined elegance, apropos to both a handmaiden of the princess and one whose veins course with royal blood. Crafted with Carthamin, in other words from Carthus, leather, and graced with brass buttons. One article of Shira's night garb. Acorn. Knight in service, made of Carthamin leather boots over a silk underlayer. Yep. So yeah, once you defeated Shira, you're able to open this church. No, I'm good. And you're able to get her set. And let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else particular. But not really. By and large, we finished up. Yep. We really have finished up. I've shown just about everything I really wanted to of Dark Souls 3. The story basically runs effectively that Gwyn linked the fire, and at the end of the time, eventually someone would have to undo it, because linking the fire to allow humanity to remain human, as we think of it, requires the constant upkeep and sacrifice, time and time again. So the question becomes, do you believe it's still worth it? And that's up to each person to decide for themselves. Does the physical form we have define our humanity, or does the soul define it? That we each have to decide for ourselves. Obviously, with the ending I've chosen, our character Blue believed the soul more important, and would condemn all to go back to the dark. After all, it's in the darkest places that the dim lights shine brightest. So, I think this is an appropriate place to leave it off. Folks, I have had a riot and a grand time. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been Dark Souls 3. Truly a fantastic voyage and journey. And I look forward to seeing you all on something else. So, thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.